Hi everyone, now we are going to see time signature. Before going to the topic, we have to learn some basic thing regarding with time signature. Okay, so our staff lines are dividing as bars. Okay, so each staff lines are divided using a bar line. Okay, see, this is a bar line. At the end of the song, there is double bar line. Okay, so this one is a bar, these are all bar lines. At the end of the song, double bar line, so it denotes the song ends here, double bar line. Okay, and these are all bar lines. Okay, so take this as a bar 1, this one is a bar 2, this is bar 3, this is bar 4. Okay, so bars means all the counts inside the bar must be equal. In the first bar, if it has 4 counts, in all the other bars they are also having the same counts. Okay, number of beats in each bar must be same. Okay, in time signature 2 numbers will be there. Okay, 2-4 or 3-4 or 4-4. In this time signature, the bottom number is same in all time signatures. Okay, that is 4. Okay, but the top number is different in each time signature. See, in the first time signature there is 2, here 3, here 4. Okay, so the top number tells number of beats in each bar. Number of beats in each bar. The bottom number says value of each beat. Okay, see. So the top number tells number of beats in each bar. Actually, we learned in each bar the counts must be equal, right? So if the 2-4 time signature means all the bars has only 2 counts in each bar. Okay, all the bar has 2 counts. Okay, in 3-4 time signature all bar has 3 counts. In 4-4 time signature it has 4 counts in each bar. Okay, have you all clear? The bottom number says value of each beat. Okay, the 4 denotes, we learned already the whole note and then half note, then quarter note. Do you remember that? Whole note means the note value of whole note is 1, that is only one piece. The note value of half note is 2, because we are dividing the whole note into 2 pieces, half of pieces. So that is 2 is the note value of half note. Okay, if we divide the whole cake into 4 pieces means that is 4 pieces means that is quarter note. The note value of quarter note is 4. Okay, so the bottom number 4 denotes the quarter note. Okay, so in each bar 2 quarter notes will be there. In each bar 3 quarter notes will be there. In each bar 4 quarter notes will be there. So this that's the thing the time signature says. We can see one example for the time signature. Take one time signature, we can say 3-4 time signature. Okay, so before writing the time signature we have to draw the clef. Okay, take treble clef. Okay, take the 3-4 time signature. Okay, the top number must be placed in between the 3rd and 5th line. The bottom number must be placed in between the 1st and 3rd line. Okay, we are dividing that staff lines into 3 bars. Okay, bar 1, bar 2, bar 3. Okay, so in each bar how many counts will be there? The time signature says in each bar it has 3 counts. Okay, 3 beats. Okay, so if we draw the first note as half note means what will be the next note to complete our time signature? This note has 2 counts. Okay, so the only one count is needed to complete, to satisfy our time signature. Okay, so the count value for this half note is 2, this quarter note is 1, so totally 3 counts. So the first bar satisfies our time signature. Come to the next bar, we can use one crotchet note, and then there is one quaver, and then there is another one quaver also. So we can beam the tail of the two quavers. Okay, so that is, normally quaver node will be the head, stem, and then one tail, right? The head, stem, and then one tail. Okay, now we are connecting that tails using beam. Okay, so the tails of two quaver nodes are connected using the beam. This line is called beam. Okay, so the same counts will be there. So half count for this quavers, this is also half, and then this is also half. We can write like this. Okay, so how many count for this quarter node? One count. How many count for this quaver node? Half count. How many counts for this? Half count. So another one, what will be needed? The one count, here also one count. So another one quarter node is needed. Okay, so you can draw another one quarter node. Okay, come to the third bar. So now the two bars satisfies our time signature. Come to the third bar. Here we can use our dotted minim. We can use any nodes to complete the time signature. Okay, that's not a problem, but it must satisfy the time signature. It should not exceed the time value. Okay, we can use the dotted minim. Okay, the node, minim node, and then after that node there is a dot. Okay, we know the half node, and then there is a dot. Okay, what is the count of half node? 2 counts. The dot value is half of the previous node value. So the node value is 2, and then the dot value is half of the previous node, means 1 count. So totally 3 counts. Okay, so the single node has 3 counts. Okay, so we can use the single node in the third bar to complete our time signature. Have you all clear? Like that, the same in 2-4 time signature, 4-4 time signature also. Okay, it must satisfy our time signature. 3 quarter nodes must be there. We can use any nodes, but it should satisfy our time signature. Next one, rests. Okay, rest means silence. Okay, that is our nodes produce sound, and then rest produce silence. Okay, so the rest is given in our song means we have to play nothing. That is silence. Okay, so take the whole note. How many count for the whole note? Is 4 count, right? So we can use the rest, whole rest, instead of this whole note. Okay, the rest of the 4 count note, that is the whole rest, is to be placed at the bottom of the 4th line. Okay, so lower to the 4th line. This is called our whole rest. This rest also has the same time value of the note. Okay, so if the note has, the whole note is only the head alone, right? So the how many count for this whole note? 4 counts. The same count value for the rest also. Here you have to give rest or silence for that 4 counts. Okay, no need to press any note in the 4 count rest. Okay, come to the minim note, half note. Okay, how many counts? 2 counts, right? So the half rest will be placed on the 3rd line. Okay, okay, so it is placed on the 3rd line. So this rest has 2 counts. Come to the 3rd note, quarter note. Okay, how many counts for the quarter note? 1 count. So the rest of the quarter note is okay, it looks like a lightning. Okay, 1 count rest or quarter rest. Okay, we can use another one rest also for the quarter rest. Okay, this is our quarter rest. Okay, come to the 4th one, that is our quaver note. Or 8th note. Okay, how many counts for the note? Half count. The rest also has the same counts. Okay, that is only half count. It is opposite, inverse form of the quarter rest. We can use For one count rest we can use this rest or this. Commonly in most of the songs this rest will be used for to denote the quarter rest. Okay, this is quaver rest, this is quarter rest. Don't confuse with this two rests. Okay, we can use the rest to complete our time signature. Instead of using note, we can use the rest also to complete our time signature. If 3 counts will be there in each bar, means we can use the first 2 counts as a half note, and the another count we can use one crotchet rest. Okay, so however we can use the note or rest to satisfy our time signature. Okay, have you all clear? In exercises also we have to complete like that only. Okay, now we are going to study scales. In this grade we have to learn only 3 scales. Okay, C major scale, F major scale and G major scale. Okay, before entering into scales we have to learn some important thing that's very important. If you know this, if you learn this clearly, you can easily write the scales. Okay, see, tone and semitone. Observe these notes clearly. Okay, tone and semitone. Okay, circle and semicircle we all know, right? Circle means the whole circle, semicircle means half of the circle, right? So 2 semicircles equal to 1 whole circle, right? Semicircle means half circle, right? Like that, tone means 2 semitones. Half of the tone is called semitone. Have we all clear? Understand this with this example. Okay, tone means the whole tone. It has 2 semitones. Okay, 2 semitones are equal to 1 tone. Have we all clear? Observe these words alone. We will see. Okay, now take one piece of keyboard notes. Okay, keyboard keys. Okay, so here there are 3 black keys, 2 black keys, 3 black keys, 2 black keys and 3 black keys. Okay, take this as C. Okay, this is our middle C. Take that. Okay, so now we are going to find the gap between the 2 notes. Okay, we learned tone and semitone. Tone means 2 semitones. Okay, if we add 2 semitones, that gives tone. Okay, so come here, this note is C. Okay, so and then this is C sharp. The next note is D. This is D sharp. The next note is E. Okay, the next note is F. The next black key is the F sharp. This one is G. Then this one is G sharp. Okay, this one is A. This one is A sharp. This one is B, and then again C. Okay, so take this complete 1 octave. Take the first, take any one of the octave. Okay, so here we can say the gap between the first and the immediate next note. For C, what is the immediate next note? C sharp is the immediate next note. Okay, immediate next note of C. Okay, so the gap between the 2 immediate next note is called semitone. We learned the term semitone, right? Okay, so take our C, and then the immediate next note is C sharp. Okay, so what is the gap between these 2? Is semitone. Take the C sharp and D. The gap between these 2 notes, this black key and the immediate next note is D. So the gap between these 2 notes is also semitone. If you take the C and D, here from here to here 1 semitone, here to here another 1 semitone. So 2 semitones will be there. So that is called tone. So the gap between C and D, okay, that is called tone. Okay, the immediate next note is in semitone gap. If a note between 2 note means, that is C sharp is in between the C and D, right? So the gap between C and D is called tone. Observe this clearly. We can write the scales easily. Okay, this is very important. If you take 2 notes, see, if you take 2 notes, if there is a note in between that, the first note and the immediate next note is in semitone gap, and the C sharp and D, that note is in semitone. So the C and D is in tone gap. Have you all clear? From the C and D, that is in tone gap. Okay, tone gap. These two are in tone gap because in between that there is one note. Have you all clear? So like that, from D to D sharp, from D to D sharp, that is semitone. D sharp to E, that is semitone. E to the immediate next note of E is F. So F, E to F, that is semitone. F and F sharp is in semitone. F sharp and G is in semitone. G and G sharp is in semitone. G sharp and A is in semitone. A and A sharp is in semitone. And then A sharp and B, that is in semitone. B and C, that is also in semitone. Have you all clear? Semitone and tone gap. Okay. If a note in between two notes, if a note is placed in between two notes, means that two notes are called, that two notes are in tone gap. Okay. If the note is immediately next to the first note, means that gap is semitone. Have you all clear? What is the semitone of E? Which note is in the semitone gap of E? F. Okay. So F is the immediate next note of E. Okay. What is the semitone for F? That is F sharp. So the gap between F and F sharp is in semitone. Have you all clear? A circle and semicircle, tone and semitone. Okay. Two semitones are equal to one tone. So for E, what is the tone? From E to F is one semitone, and then F to F sharp is another one semitone. So from E to F sharp, there is tone. Okay, yeah? Okay? Clear. Have you all clear with this example? I understand this tone and semitone. This is very, very important. We are going to apply the tones and semitone. We are going to find the tone and semitone in our scales. Okay? Have you all clear? Don't confuse. The immediate next notes are in semitone gap. If a note is placed in between two notes, means that is in tone gap. Have you all clear? Understand these two sentences. Now C major. Okay. C major is very, very important scale. C major scale. Okay. C major scale, we have to write any scale, we have to start the same note of the major denotes. Okay. C, from C to the next octave C, you have to write C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then C. Okay. So from C to next octave C, you have to write. So put the number for the notes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. After that, you have to circle the first and the 8th note. Okay. Circle the first and 8th note. The first and 8th note must be same because of a tonic note. These two notes are called tonic note. Okay. Tonic note means that is our major. We are writing the C major scales, right? So we have to start from C and end with C. Okay. So now observe this very clearly. Okay. Take the first and two notes. These are all the steps. From C to C you have to write and then put the number and then mark the first and 8th note. Write tonic note and tonic note. Okay. These are all the basic steps. Now we have to apply. We have to find whether the notes are in tone gap or in semitone gap. Okay. Take the first note and the second note. These two notes are in tone or semitone. C and C sharp, C and D, in between that there is C sharp will be there, right? So these two notes are in tone gap. Okay. Come to the D and E, second and third note, D and E. In between that D sharp will be there. Okay. Imagine our keyboard keys. Okay. If you want to write the scale, you have to get your keyboard keys in front of your eyes. Okay. See. So D and E. What is the gap between D and E? Tone. because D sharp will be there. Come to the third and fourth note, that is E and F. Is there any note in between E and F? No, because so that these two notes are in semitone gap. Okay, understand this clearly. These two notes are in tone gap. The third and fourth note is in semitone gap. Come to the fourth and fifth note, F and G. In between that, F sharp will be there, right? So these two notes are in tone gap. Okay, come to the fifth and sixth note, G and A. Here also G sharp will be there. So these two notes are in tone gap. Come to the sixth and seventh note. These two notes are in tone gap because A and B, in between them A sharp will be there. So these two notes are in tone gap. Come to the seventh and eighth note, B and C. What is the gap between these two notes? That is semitone. B and C, there is no note in between that. Okay, so these two notes are in very next keys. Okay, adjacent keys. So these two notes are in semitone gap. Have we all clear? And we can say our 3 and 4 note is in semitone, and then 7th and 8th note is in semitone. This is very, very important. In C major, 3 and 4 is in semitone. 7 and 8 also is in semitone. All the other notes are in tone gap. Okay, all the other notes are in tone gap. Have you all clear? So this is our formula. Okay, so this is C major scale. So in C major scale, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 is in semitone. So all the other major scales also must have the same semitone gap. In 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 will be in semitone, must be in semitone. Okay, have you all clear? We are going to apply this pattern, this formula in all the other scales. Okay, so this is, we can say this is our formula. We are going to apply this pattern or this formula in all other major scales. Okay, so C major is basic for all other major scales. Okay, now you are going to write the F major scale. Put a pause button and write. Okay. Okay, write from F to the next octave F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, put the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Circle the tonic note and write as tonic note. Here also write the tonic note. Okay, so now this is the basic steps. Okay, now we are going to mark the semitone, mark our formula pattern. Okay, 3 and 4 is in semitone, 7 and 8 is in semitone. Mark the 3 and 4 is in semitone, and then 7 and 8 also is in semitone. Okay, all the other notes are in tone gap. Okay, so now we are going to check whether these notes are in the same tone and semitone gap. Okay, according they named. See, the first and second note F and G, there is F sharp will be there, so this note is in tone gap. Okay, come to the second and third note G and A, there is in between that G sharp will be there, so this note is in tone gap. Clear? Come to the third and fourth note A and B. Okay, so here A sharp will be there, so 3 and 4 is in tone gap, but we have to, but in our formula 3 and 4 must be in semitone, but here 3 and 4 is in tone. Okay, mark this, this is wrong. Okay, 3 and 4. Come to the 4 and 5, B and C, there is no note in between that, right? So this note are in semitone gap, but it must be in tone, right? So this is also wrong. Okay, come to the 5th and 6th note, this note should be in tone. Yeah, it's correct, C sharp will be there, so that is tone. D and E, there is also D sharp will be there, so D and E is in tone gap, so correct. Come to the 7th and 8th note E and F, there is no note in between that, so these two notes are in semitone gap, so all the others are correct. So now come to the 3 and 4 and 4 and 5. 3 and 4 must be in semitone, 4 and 5 must be in tone, but it is in opposite. Okay, so 3 and 4 is in tone, and then 4 and 5 is in semitone. So we are making that the 3 and 4 as semitone, and then 4 and 5 as tone. Okay, so to make that in our according with our formula, to make that we are going to add, we can use the sharp or flat at the middle of the note. Okay, so take A and B, B and C. We can use flat for this B flat. B instead of B, if you write the B flat means A and B flat. Okay, A sharp or B flat, both are same. Okay, so A and B flat is in, it is in semitone gap. There is no note between them. A and A sharp or B flat. The A sharp or B flat is same, right? It is immediate next to the A. So A and B flat is in semitone. So we are making, by adding the flat at the B, it gives the semitone gap. And then come to the fourth and fifth note. Here B flat and C. The next note of B flat is B, then C. Okay, so B will be there in between them. So this note came as tone. Okay, so this is also satisfied. This is also correct. We are making these two notes correctly. Okay, have you all clear? So in C major, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 is in semitone. So we are making that in all other major scales. Okay, so here B flat is coming. So in F major, B flat will be there to satisfy our formula. Have you all clear? In F major, B flat will be there. So to denote the F major scale, we can use the B flat at the beginning of our staff lines. Okay, the B flat will be placed at the beginning of the staff lines. We will see that in the next class. Okay, now come to the G major scale. Put a pause button and write the G major scale. Now check whether these 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 is in semitone or not. Check that. B and C, that is in semitone, 3 and 4. Okay, so there is no note in between them, so that is in semitone. This is the very next immediate next notes. Okay, so this is in semitone. So this is clear. All the other notes are also in tone. G and A is in tone, A and B is in tone, then B and C is in semitone, 4 and 5, C and D is in tone, D and E also is in tone, E and F, check that, 6th and 7th note, E and F, there is no note in between that, right? So these two notes are in semitone, but it must be in tone. So we are going to change that. Okay, here also come to the 7th and 8th note, it must be in semitone, but F and G, here F sharp will be there in between that. Okay, so these two notes are in tone gap. Okay, so we are going to alter that, we are going to change that by adding in the middle, adding sharp in the middle note. Okay, so F sharp, here we are adding F sharp, so E and F sharp, a gap between these two notes is tone. Come to the F sharp and G, these two notes are in semitone, F sharp and G, so these are on these two notes are in semitone. How we are clear? So we are making the 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 as semitone. Okay, so in G major we are adding the sharp for F. In F major we add the flat for B, right? So in F major B flat is very important. Here F sharp is important. We have to denote this sharp and flat at the beginning of the staff line. Okay, that is key signature. We will see that now. In C major there is no key signature because we are not adding any sharp or flat in C major, right? So C major, no key signature. Okay. In F major there is B flat, right? So the B flat. In G major, F sharp, we are adding the sharp for F, here we are adding flat for B. Okay, so the B flat is the key signature of F major. If your song has flat in B means that song is in F major. If your song has sharp in F, means that song is in G major. We are denoting the key signature at the beginning of each line. Okay, so each staff line. So this is our treble clef, right? So we have to write our treble clef, and then next to the treble clef we have to add the flat. Okay, if this is a treble clef, means B is in the third line. Okay, so we are drawing the flat on the third line. Okay, so we have to start from here, the fifth line, and then the center of the flat is on the third line. Okay, this is very, very important. Draw this, practice this clearly. Okay, this is B flat. So this is called key signature. Come to the G major. Here, so take this also, the treble clef. F sharp. So the first space also F, but the fifth line is F, right? So we are adding the sharp only at the fifth line. Okay, so how to draw the sharp? The center of the sharp is on the fifth line. Okay, the center square must be in the fifth line. Okay, this is F sharp. Okay, so if you see the B flat in your song, this is called our key signature. This song is in F major. You have to find that this song is in F major. If you see the sharp at the F place, you can say this song is in G major. Okay, this sharp and flat denotes the key of the song. Okay, so that it is called key signature. It signifies the key of the song. Have you all clear? Okay, so now if you draw this in left hand, means in left hand second line will be B, right? So you have to draw the flat in the second line. Okay, the center of the flat must be in the second line. Okay, so this is left hand B flat. So this is also the F major. Then come to the left hand F sharp. That is in the fourth line. Okay, so the center of the sharp must be placed at the middle of the fourth line. Okay, have you all clear? So this is very, very important. These are all the key signatures of the particular major. Okay, so understand this clearly. C major, no key signature. F major, B flat will be there. In right hand it will be in the third line, and then in left hand it will be in the second line. In G major, F sharp will be there. F sharp is a key signature of G major. So in right hand it will be in the fifth line. In left hand it will be in the fourth line. Okay, that's all. Now we are going to see accidentals. Accidentals is the sharp or flats. The same sharp and flats alone. In F major scale, yeah. So in F major scales, we have to start our note from F, then G, then A, then B, then C, then D, then E, and then in F. Okay, so this is our F major scale. Okay, so to denote the accidental, we can use this flat at the beginning, not at the beginning of the line. We have to place near to that letter B. Okay, we are drawing the flat sign very previous to the note B. Okay, so this is B flat. So here there is no need to write the flat here. Okay, instead of writing the flat at the beginning, we are writing the flat here. Okay, and near to the note. Okay, see, like that in F major, in G major, F sharp will be there. In that place also you can use the sharp at the beginning of the note, previous to the note. Okay, G, A, B, C, D, E, F and then G. Okay, this is our G major scale. From G to the next octave G. We are writing the notes like that. So here F sharp will be there, right? So F is here. You are going to write the sharp here. Okay, very previous to the F note. Okay, have you all clear? So in key signature, the sharp and flat will be placed at the beginning of the scale, at the beginning of the line. Okay, if it is mentioned as accidental mean, we can use that sharp or flat in between this song, in between the scale. Okay, have you all clear? That's all. Okay guys, so in step theory we learned the stave and clefs, notation, note values, grouping notes, time, rest and scales. Okay, so up to this we covered. In the first part also available. Okay, so half of the portions was covered in the first part, and then this is second part. Okay, go through the two parts, then you can easily understand the step theory of London College of Music. So we will upload the next grade theories in our upcoming videos. Okay.